Google Docs only allows importing of 50,000 characters at a time. It might sound like a lot, but surprising how quickly you hit this limit. You can import data from a CSV by going to your Google Docs file, then clicking File Import. And you can do this for each document you export from OpenSite Explorer, Ahrefs, Majestic, and Google Webmaster Tools. Then import them into separate sheets within the same document. There's still a limit, but it's higher than 50,000 and will speed up the process. Once you've got all your data in the spreadsheet, make sure you add the following columns to the end of each sheet, or alternatively, your master sheet if you're combining all the data into one sheet. You want contact name, contact email address, website contact form, Twitter URL, Facebook URL, Google Plus URL, LinkedIn URL, date of first contact, date of second contact, date of third contact, link, status, and a notes column. It might seem like a lot of data, but it's the best way you can document your work. That way, when you're carrying out research on your domains, you'll be able to start populating the spreadsheet and make your life easier in the long term. You'll also be able to show Google all the work you've been doing to get the links removed and making it very easy for them to see everything you've done. If you don't want to go through the effort of populating all this data, you could combine all the different forms of contact method into one cell and just populate that. Chances are you're not going to need Twitter, Facebook, Google+, email, LinkedIn, and all that stuff for every single URL, so it's just down to preference. The above the recommendation that I mentioned is the best way that I personally have found of documenting data. Finally, add an additional sheet to your Google Docs file called Contact Examples, and here you can upload images of a few examples of the emails you've sent out to the webmasters you've been working with. Be careful what you put in here. Google will be reading these messages, so make sure you're not bad-mouthing them. Don't threaten webmasters by saying Google will block their site and how they're going to get harmed if they don't remove your links. Instead, just say that you're trying to clear things up so that you're fully compliant with Google Webmaster guidelines. You can apologize for the inconvenience to the webmaster and thank them for your help. That way, when Google reads them, they'll understand you're genuinely trying to sort things out and hopefully be a little more forgiving under the circumstances. So step 3, spotting low quality links. This is hugely important section of link removal. It sounds simple, but you have to be extremely careful with what links you attempt to remove. Good links generally take a long time to build, and if you ask for them to be removed thinking they're potentially spammy, all that hard work might be for nothing. So over the last year or so, I've learned that the best way to identify spamming links is to manually review each and every one of them. If the link is good, mark it in your spreadsheet so you know not to remove it. Don't delete any links from the sheet as it's all research to show Google what you've been doing. Either highlight the cell in color or add a note in one of the columns so you know it's safe or genuine. So, how do we spot spammy links? Some links are easy to identify. For example, if you've been featured on the BBC News, Guardian, or high-quality authoritative websites, you can be fairly sure it's a strong link that you don't need to remove. The definition of a natural link is fairly hard to summarize. I would class these as links that have appeared from other content that you've written naturally. For example, let's say you were involved in the automotive industry and wrote an article all about the history of cars, different manufacturers, and really went into great detail about every aspect. This type of article is obviously going to end up very big, hopefully interesting, and should be a brilliant read. If you've done a good job and shared the article in the right places, you should hopefully acquire links naturally. People will link to your guide or post naturally without you having to ask for it, and those types of links are okay. It's easier to spot some spam links in general. For example, if you listed on the website with 10,000 links on the same page in a list, or you've commented on a blog with XX number of comments just for the backlink, I realize it's a bit of an extreme situation, but hopefully this point is made. If you know the link has been placed on the site purely for SEO purposes, it's most likely unnatural. Some links are harder to spot, so here are my top tips for identifying lower quality links, whether the URL is indexed in Google or not. If not, remove the links as the site has most likely received a penalty. You can also see if a domain is indexed in Google by searching Google for site:yourdomain.com. Page authority and domain authority. Don't pay too much attention to this metric. A new domain name can still be a very strong link even though it has low page and domain authority. A poor quality site can also have a very good page authority and domain authority, so just be careful when you're looking at this. Site-wide links are generally associated with websites you have an affiliation with, friendly links, or links you've paid for. Due to this, it's better to make sure you don't have links across every page of someone's sites. In this case, either no-follow the links or remove them and only put them on one page. Ahrefs does a brilliant job of spotting site-wide links on websites quickly and easily. But if that being said, if the same rules still apply. If your link looks spammy, remove all of them. Link directories are fairly easy to spot, so if they contain words like backlinks, links, SEO, etc. in the URL, then the chances are that they're low quality links and they need to be removed. If it lists every category under the sun from website developers to sunglasses, it's most likely a directory that you need to get off of. There are some good link directories on the internet. Generally, these are targeted to a particular niche, are manually reviewed, and sometimes locally targeted. You can look at link directories and think, will I ever receive any traffic from the site, or is this a generally valuable link? If the answer is likely to be no, then the link should be removed. Be fairly honest with yourself on this one. If it looks like spam, then it most likely is. If you want some more tips, here's a few bullet points. Remove the link if the site is not indexed in Google. This would indicate a penalty. The site automatically accepts links without any manual review. The site has a lot of spam links pointing towards it. Go ahead and check it out in Open Site Explorer to see. The site has categories for everything imaginable. The site is obviously a part of a network where there are a lot of related directories with similar names, similar looking websites, etc. The site contains words like best, links, SEO, etc. in the name. And if the site shows powered by PHP-LD or PHP link directory in the footer, it's most likely going to be a fairly spammy directory. That's not always the case, but 9 out of 10 times it's true. So during a recent link removal campaign, I managed to get a webmaster to take down a set of 20 link directories that were pointing towards our client's website. They couldn't be bothered to remove links from each site individually, so instead they took every site offline so everyone's links disappeared. So, forum profiles. These are usually very spammy. If you have the odd profile link on a forum that you're active on, then this is generally fine. However, if you're listed on a forum in Romania and have never posted before, get the link removed. If you're a member of the forum purely to get the link back to your website, then the link should be removed. It's very easy to identify spam this way, so stay safe and remove them. Blog comments. Similar to forum profiles, blog comments are an easy one to spot. If you've commented every now and again on a blog that you generally feel has helped you, or if the blog is in your industry and you've added value to the discussion with your comment, then it's probably okay. That being said, if you've got a large number of blog comments with very little substance, you should remove all these links. If the site has hundreds and hundreds of comments and you're one on a huge list of spam comments, you should remove the link too. Social bookmarks. Very similar to both the blog comments and forum profiles, social bookmarks are okay if they're genuine. Remember that the penalties you have received are manual actions, and when you put in a reconsideration request, the chances are that a Google employee will be manually looking through some of your links. If your social bookmarks look spammy, remove them. Paid links. If you've been paying for links, make sure you remove them or add a rel equals no follow attribute to the link. When you're writing your reconsideration request, mention the fact that you've previously purchased links and have now rectified the issue by ensuring that they're all no-follow have been removed. Google is getting much smarter at detecting advertorial links, so don't try and trick the system. Blog posts. This slightly trickier one to detect straight off. Usually you can spot the spammy blog post by looking at the URLs. They're dynamic URLs, which end in something like index.php, $ID equals 99. And that's usually the sign of a site being launched very quickly. The best way to identify spam blog posts is to load up each blog and use these telltale signs. Does the article make sense? Is the site nicely designed? Is the web content unique? Is the article high quality? Is the blog a little too consistent? Is there an easy way to contact the owners? Are you using money terms and anchor text in the article? And are there a lot of keywords stuffed into the article? Finally, link networks. Link networks are bad news, but many SEO agencies still use them. You can use some of the metrics gathered in the reports above to detect link networks, such as IP address, whois searches, Google Analytics IDs, and site design. And over-optimized anchor text is another one you need to watch out for. focus on building your brand. If it's appropriate to link your money keywords or keywords surrounding the money terms, link to it. Otherwise, just avoid it. Link exchanges, it's a fairly old tactic these days, but many people still do it. Don't create a page on your site called links and swap these with other people's links pages. Creates a huge footprint of spammy link building, should be avoided. Press releases, I personally still believe press releases are a great way to carry out SEO, but only if they're done correctly. If your press release is simply out there and contains 3 to 5 links back to your site with a money keyword as anchor text, you're doing it wrong. Press releases should be used to build your brand, shout out to the world about what your company is doing, and only used when you have something relevant to tell people. If you've just received an investment, helped out your local community, or had your best ever year's profits, then write a really good quality press release that people find engaging and interesting. You can then put in links to your website under its brand name or website URL. And finally, malware, simple one. If the site contains malware, have your link removed. Alternatively, if it's a site that you know is hugely reputable, contact the owner and have them fix the problem as soon as possible. And that, my friends, concludes Chapter 1. In the next chapter, we'll be discussing Ppc Management and Optimization, where we'll be talking negative keywords, bid management, the 80-20 rule, which is really important, and campaign structure. Thanks for joining us.